Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Staying in the Conversation. So before I begin today's episode, I just wanted to say thank you so much to Kim, who's in my Staying in the Conversation WhatsApp group. Thank you so much for your question last week. It was really, really inspiring and really helpful to sort of have that kind of real life question or topic, more like on people pleasing, and can I open a discussion more on people pleasing? So please do keep your questions coming, comments coming, ideas on topics and things that you just want me to expand on, because it really does inspire me and it helps me, hopefully as much as it's helping you. So from that people pleasing topic that I done 2 weeks ago, in my little meditative state, and getting looking inside in those states where I sort of take a moment for me and look inside, why am I sharing what I'm sharing? What does it mean to be a soul mentor? What is it that I want to get out into the world? Um, and in that time, that time that I give to me, for the universe, for my career, for my business, that I kind of take that emotional mental space for myself. What arose from there was, am I walking my talk? Am I actually being the soul mentor that I want to be? Am I being the Becca that I want to be being? Am I being calm and peaceful? Am I following the commitment that I set for myself? And so, as you've probably guessed, today's topic is all about walking your talk and honoring your commitment. So the fact that you're watching this video, that you're a part of my WhatsApp group, there is a part of you that is on this journey, on this spiritual journey, where you're committing to yourself to look deeper, to question those parts of your human self that maybe, can life be a bit easier there? Is there wiggle room for change? And can that change be sustainable? And so in today's video, I'm going to talk about, your commitment to yourself. So down here, I've got my little book that says, my commitment to me. So it's my soul contract to myself. And it's, I've committed this to me. And I didn't just commit it on, the day that I wrote it, which is the 28th of February this year. So not too long ago. So I didn't just commit it to myself on the 28th of February. I've committed it always. So it's coming back, and it isn't saying that you have to create this commitment and write it down in the same way that I did. You could have a mental commitment, you can have an audio commitment, you can have, and when I say mental as in just in your mind and in your heart. You could have one on your computer, one in a notepad like mine. You can have make it your own, make it tailor-made to you. And then if you do want a bit of guidance on how to make a soul contract or how to make a commitment to yourself, do feel free to drop a comment below or email me, and let's jump on a call and talk about it. But yeah, without getting too sidetracked with that. So with this commitment that I've made to myself, I didn't just make it in February. It wasn't just for that one day. I made this commitment for a lifetime. And this commitment to me, solely the foundation of it, is to be myself. And so that is in and of itself is actually really, really easy. When we take off all these layers of expectations, what other people think, the societal norms, all of these things, once we take off all of those layers and all of those stresses, and we settle back down to the truth of what we're committing to ourselves on this spiritual journey, it's to be ourselves. It's to honestly, openly, wholeheartedly be who we are being in the moment. And if that being is showing up as angry and annoyed, okay, be angry and annoyed. What have you committed to yourself that you will do? And how will you show up as when you're feeling those emotions? Because you're human, we have these emotions. It's going to happen. where we're not, the whole point of this isn't that we're going to be floating on a cloud, as beautiful as that sounds. And we can be in that space of floating on the cloud, but when we're not, what have we committed to ourselves to come back to? And I've committed to myself that if I am on a lower state of consciousness, I'm going to forgive myself, ground myself, and come back to what I know is true. And so my question here is to myself and to you guys is, am I committed? Am I following my commitment? Am I honoring my commitment? And if I'm not, it's just acknowledging that, oh, I didn't acknowledge my commitment there. My commitment was to be calm and peaceful, and right now I'm not being calm and peaceful. I got angry, and now I'm, for example, I got angry and now I'm telling myself off for being angry. That isn't honoring my commitment. My commitment was that I am a calm and peaceful person. I'm a spiritual being with, the human emotions. And so if anger shows itself, I'm going to nurture and love that anger and forgive myself. I'm not going to berate myself. So it's just coming back to that. It's not, because otherwise you get trapped in a loop. What happens is you get trapped in this sort of catch 22. You get angry and then you tell yourself off for being angry, and then you tell yourself off for telling yourself off, and then you see where I'm going with this. And that's not what a commitment is for. It's not there for you to lay down some rules, do this, do this, do this, do that, do this, do that. And then when you don't do what you've written down, you sit and beat yourself up for it. And why didn't you do this? And you said you would, and you should know better. It's not going to get you very far in your spiritual journey. So with the walking your talk, with that honoring and walking your talk, what it means to me is it's an honoring that, like, in that word honor, like that feels more of a, trying to think of the right word, that feels more of a, like, sort of subtle and loving. It's like that honor. It's like you're honoring yourself, you're loving yourself, you're forgiving yourself. There's a gentleness there. To sometimes when you think of maybe rules and boundaries, that could sometimes sound like a bit harsher. Hopefully I'm making sense. So when we come back to that honor and that love and that forgiveness, and we honestly do it for ourselves, as a byproduct of that, it will show in the world. It will show that we are more peaceful, we are slower to anger, we are slower to reacting, we are calmer. And then, people will see that around you. And it isn't about people seeing it, but it's a really nice byproduct. It's like when you plant like an apple tree or an oak tree, and you plant an acorn, you get an oak tree, you plant an apple seed, you get a tree, but a byproduct of that tree is apples, which is amazing. Like, you get that. So when we plant this commitment to ourselves, we plant this commitment, and it's solely between us and the magic behind life, which is one entity, which is another topic for another day. But that contract is between us and us, essentially, us and the magic behind life. It's that unity, that we've created that for ourselves. And that's the seed that we've planted, this one thing that is for ourselves. And so that seed grows into a tree. And then the byproduct of that tree is that the entire universe benefits from its fruits. So when we're making this commitment to ourselves, we're holding this this space for ourselves, this I am. We've got these I am statements, these solid foundations. We've got this for ourselves. What we're really doing is benefiting the entire universe. And that's how sustainable change happens. That's when we want something to change on a deeper, universal level, and we want that sort of continental shift in consciousness and that change, that the change that really matters, that's where it comes from. It comes from this commitment to yourself. It comes from ensuring that you are walking your talk, that you are honoring yourself, that you're not beating yourself up when you're not honoring yourself, when you're not following your commitment, when you're not doing what you said you'd be doing. It's just gently coming back. Okay, well, what did I say I was going to be doing? Oh, okay, then. Well, let's play. Let's play with that. And that's what it is, that this life is a game, and everything can seem so serious and so stressful, and oh, I've got to do this and I've got to do that, and I've got this project at work and I have to finish it by Monday, and if I don't, it's like, so we put this pressure and pressure, so much pressure on ourselves, um, and build this essence that life is very serious, or we build sort of like compartments that some things are games and some things are serious, and this is real, so, and when we do that, what we've done is we've created a space where we can tense up, where we can tense, and we can, this is where I'm going to be tense, and this is where life is difficult because it's serious and it's real. And we've created that innocently and accidentally. We've created that as a society and as individuals, that we've created, there are parts in our world, in our life, that is real and serious and difficult. And that is not true. It's simply not true. There is nothing in this world, no thing that is serious and difficult and real, for that matter, because everything is firstly and foremost created within us. It's created as a thought, as an energy first. If you're seeing it in your world, it was created firstly inside. It isn't possible to see something on the outside without it being on the inside, which is why it's so important to know and ask yourself, am I walking my talk? Am I being this peaceful, calm, tranquil, go with the flow mentor that I said I'm going to be, that I want to be, that I want to embody this, calm, peaceful entity, this spiritual being, this human being. That's who I am. Am I being that? And it isn't about taking away the humanness. It isn't taking that human Becca away and going to sit on a mountain and meditate all day. It isn't that, because while that works for some people and that is their path and that is their journey and that is perfect for them, because life, this game of life, that every path is tailor-made to each individual. And so for me, I love the human side of things. I love baking. I couldn't do that if I was back in the oneness of the magic behind life. I couldn't do that if I was back in that formless energy. I wouldn't be able to bake. I wouldn't be able to get my hands dirty and really, get into life, into the sort of practical things in life. So it's not taking away that human side, but it's really seeing that there isn't anything serious. There isn't anything that you have to do or must do or should have done or should do. There isn't. These things are all made up by the I'm guessing the fear side of our brain, it's all made up. It comes from that anxiety, that fear, that, oh my days, it needs to get done, that urgency, and it needs to get done, and I should have done this, and why didn't I do that? It comes from that overthinking side of our sort of brain and in that the human part of us. And if we just step out of that fear side, that anxiety, that urgent side, and step back into love, love is patient and calm and kind. Love, there isn't an urgency in love. It isn't like quickly, quickly, quickly. That's the other side. And when we come back to that space of love and kindness and patience, and there is just this tranquil feeling. There isn't words. There really isn't words. And yet I've got 100 videos on YouTube trying to talk about this, trying to find the words to point to this energy, this entity that doesn't have words because it's beyond the words. And when we fall back into that space of love and kindness and patience, the things that we want in life, the goals that we have, the dreams that we want to build, they come in abundance. We start earning more money, we get the baby we always wanted, we get married, we find our lifelong partner, we have friends, we go places, we explore, we enjoy life, we enjoy our own company. Life becomes this massive board game of opportunity and fun and laughter, and it just, and lighter. Everything, when we live from that space, our true space, our natural space of love, when we live in there, everything just becomes lighter and simpler. And that is the byproduct of walking your talk. Whether it is a soul contract or something completely different, but it's walking your truth, it's honoring your truth, it's honoring who you are at your core. When we do that, as a byproduct, we start to see the true game of life. We start to feel lighter, we start to feel different, healthier, richer, fuller, happier, freer, like all of these things that I know, I can't speak for everyone, but there is a part of me that I just know humanity wants peace, love, and freedom. The whole of humanity wants it, everybody. They could paint a different picture and they could tell a different story, but at the heart of that picture, at the heart of that story, what they want is peace, love, and freedom. That's it. Everybody just wants to be happy. Everybody just wants to be okay. And what I'm here telling you is that you are okay. You are happiness. You are love. You are peace. You are these things. You are this entity. This is you. This is who you are at your core. And so this commitment that I'm inviting you to make for yourself, that I've made for myself, this commitment is to honor that truth, is to honor that space inside of you that is your core, that is your essence, that is your energy, and to live from that space. It's to turn away from that fear, not ignore it, not bury your head in the sand. Just turn away from it and say, no, thank you. It's like having this big, massive platter of food, and on this platter, you've got various items of food, and there's about 5 things you like and 10 things you don't like. You're not going to pick up the things you don't like. You're just not. You're going to say no, thank you, no matter how many times it gets offered to you. So this platter comes round, and it's the same with our thoughts. This platter of thought comes round, like, or conveyor belt, of food comes round, of thoughts, of ideas. Oh yeah, I'll take this one. This one's love and kind. I like this one. This one's peaceful. Oh no, this is anger and impatience. Now I'm going to put this one back. No, thank you. And it's going to keep coming back. And it's going to keep coming back, the same ones and different ones, and they're going to try and rope you in, because that's just part of the game of life. It's part of the game and the fun of being able to, oh, can I turn away from these things? They're so tempting. Can I just say no to these things that are not healthy for me? Can I turn away and can I look to the love? Can I look to my true essence? Can I see that I am that essence, that I am that entity, I am that energy, that love, that peace, that serenity? I am those things. Can I see that? And can I turn away from the things that I am not? And when we look at life in through those lens, it's like we're seeing in HD, 3D, color, 4D for the first time. Every single day, come rain or shine, when we look at the world, when we look at the people around us, we look at ourselves, we look at life, we look at our homes, everything. We look at everything from that energy, from that space of our truth. What we see is magical, beyond belief, beyond words, beyond explanation, beyond understanding, comprehension. What we know as human beings about this entity, about this energy, this love, this thing that is us and yet is bigger than us, what we know and how we can put words on it is a fraction of what it really is and what it's really capable of. So when we touch it and we get a glimpse of this feeling, this entity, this energy, this love, this God, whatever you word it, however you word it, when we get a glimpse and a touch of that, life becomes this surreal and magical, light, fun, free game that we just get to wake up every morning and start again fresh. It's like playing Monopoly every single day, but every single day you get to start again with a full bank account. And every day you've got new opportunities. You've got new sort of disadvantages, new temptations, new advantages. There are all these things, and when we look at life like that and we see it from that space, that magical space, that the truth of who we are, there is a freedom in our step. There is this liberating feeling to life. And what we do in the world becomes more productive, becomes more inspiring. And there is like a fuller feeling to it. We could be doing the exact same things. We could be doing mundane human things like washing up. And yet there's something magical about the act of what we're doing because of what we've seen from the inside, because we've touched a glimpse of this entity, this pure gold that we are. So these things that we go out, these normal human things that we go out and do, feeling angry, feeling sad, like anything that arises when we've had touched a glimpse of this gold, anything that arises, somehow there is something profound in those actions or emotions. There is something in there that is like gold dust, that when they occur, it's like, okay, I see it now. I'm, I can see I'm having a human experience. This is my human experience right now. It's just wow. You sit there in that human experience, whatever you're feeling. It could be, heartache or whatever it is, unwell. Like I remember thinking, oh, I can't get ill, I don't have time to be ill. No, 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 I can't be ill. To having the insight of, I am human. If my human self, if my body, my immune system needs to be ill, okay, be ill. It's all right. I have time to be ill. I will rest and I will do what you want me to do. If you need to get ill, since accepting that human experience, accepting the fact that it can happen because I am human, I don't get ill half as much as I used to. Whereas when I was resisting that, like, no, 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 that can't happen, you know, that's no, don't have time for it. No, no, no. I got ill so much. Like, so, and physically couldn't go into work because of how, like, wipe out that our body, when we don't listen to those sensations, those that our inner self, our feelings and aches and pains, all of those things are like a compass, a sat nav, telling you, excuse me, you're going the wrong way. It's gently guiding you. And sometimes when you've completely gone the wrong way and you like really, really far, like, hours away from where you should have been, you just your body just completely shuts you down. Because it's like, no, I've told you, for so long, I've given you subtle hints that you're going the wrong way. You're not listening. So here we go. You can't ignore this. And then that's when, burnt out, exhaustion, and just complete unwell happens, and you're on bed rest, or you have to just be in bed because you physically can't move. And so this is why walking your talk, or checking in with yourself, that you are following, you are honoring these commitments that you've set for yourself, that you're honoring what you set out. Are you honoring them? Ask yourself these questions. We come back to it because our life won't lie to us. What's going on in our world, in our life, it won't lie. So if there are ailments happening, you can ask yourself the question, where could I love myself a little bit more? Can I love myself a little bit more today? Can I honor myself a little bit more? Can I acknowledge what I am feeling? Can I acknowledge what I'm going through? What's happening behind the scenes right now for me? What's going on? And when we sit there and really are honest with ourselves and give ourselves that time and space, this is where the true magic unfolds. The insights come up, whether they're tiny little acknowledgements and tiny little light bulb moments, or they're massive, like wow epiphanies. It doesn't matter. Whatever happens for you, it's tailor-made for you. And it's for you to go with it. It's for you to follow your wisdom, follow your intuition, and and truly honor these commitments you've created for yourself. And if you're not sure, oh, is it thinking, or is this conveyor belt of food? Is it the how do I know if it's the right one for me? And or how do I know if I think I'm picking the right one, but really it's the wrong one? You will just know. Get out of the noise, get out of that overthinking. That if it feels tight, if it feels suffocating, like you're suffocating and drowning all at once, if it feels like that, chances are it's not for you. And it's time for you to let go, sit down, and ask yourself what it is that is for you. And from that space of giving yourself that time, the 5 minutes, 3 minutes, 2 minutes, whatever it is that you feel you have, give yourself 30 seconds to just sit, like genuinely 30 seconds. A couple of years ago, my mum went to a childcare workshop, and so in this workshop, they said, "Oh, we don't give children enough time to respond to a question." And I was like, oh, that's silly. What do you mean? So my mum's explaining this to me, and apparently, if you've asked a child a question, like, how was your day? You have to give them 10 seconds to answer. Now, 10 seconds doesn't sound like a lot, but you don't even have to try this with children, but just for an experiment and for the fun of it, go today to anybody. The next time you ask them just a genuine question, if you're not good at acting, you don't have to act. Just ask them a question. If it's a child or a grown-up, whoever it is that you're talking to, your partner, your adult children, or you've got baby children, whatever it is, ask them a question, and then either in your head, probably in your head, so you're not distracting them, in your head, slowly count to 10, like, 1, 2, 3, until you get to 10. It is a very long time because I've tried it so many times. I've asked the child, oh, here are the plates. Which plate do you want? And it's like they're not responding, and they're still not responding. So I'm like, okay, excuse me, look, we've got a pink plate and a blue plate. Well, what plate do you want? And they're really not responding. And then my mum was like, oh, remember, you need to give them 10 seconds. I was like, oh yeah. So, and then you sit and count to 10, and within those 10 seconds, the child responds. It's incredible. It's just, oh, it just came to me now. We always, as an adult, we say we don't have time for things. Oh, no, 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 I don't have time to meditate. I don't have time to write a commitment to me. I don't have time to write I am statements or gratitude lists. I don't have time. Yes, you do. Because 10 seconds, 30 seconds, it's a long time. And yet it's so short. So you have 30 seconds to give it to yourself. So that is the next 2 weeks, that is your playtime, your, like homework or home play, to go out and experiment with yourself. And if you like, with another person, to give those 10 seconds and to really feel into how long 10 seconds really is. And give yourself 30 seconds where you're doing nothing, whether it's sitting down on a chair, lying down on a bed, whatever it is, give yourself 30 seconds to just be with yourself and really look to that truth of who you are. Is what I'm saying resonating with you? Does it make sense? Do you believe that you are this one love entity, this energy, or any other word for it? Can you feel into that? Can you feel into the truth of who you are? So give somebody else 10 seconds to respond to your question, and give yourself 30 seconds to just sit and contemplate your commitment to yourself. Why are you here? Why are you listening to these videos? Why are you on my WhatsApp group? Ask yourself these questions, and really sit with yourself, to honor who you are. Just give yourself those 30 seconds and then come back to me and tell me how that was. Either tell me privately or below this video, like, feel free to comment. And if you like this video, then if you like this video, like it, give it a thumbs up. And if you're not already, please subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on more amazing videos. And keep your questions coming, because like I said, they are so helpful. They're helpful to the people watching, and they are so helpful to me. I love getting your questions, and I love a challenge. So if there's anything that isn't sitting with you, just question it, and I can go and give myself 30 seconds and come up with some kind of magical answer. So I will see you again in 2 weeks' time. All the best, and I hope you have a lovely week or evening, or wherever you are and whatever you're doing. Lots of love, and see you again soon. Bye for now.